question is, what is biggest asset?
That you bring or would bring to our school board, and also your...
In a closing statement. Okay. I think that my biggest asset would be open-mindedness. I have no axe to grind. These ladies, as I observed them on the school board, are good board members and certainly have the best interests of the district at heart. I can say the same for the other 5 that as I've observed them on the board, that they all have the best interests of the district at heart. And so I don't have an axe to grind. I have an interest in kids and I have an interest in education. And so I bring 30 years of experience to the board in dealing with public schools and 6 years in juvenile justice. It's the same thing, only different. Dealing with kids, okay? Whether you have the best kids in your schoolhouse or the worst kids in some facility, it's dealing with kids. And I have a real passion for dealing with kids in the public. I have a wealth of experience in mediation and collaboration and training in those areas that I think will make me a valuable asset to the board. And as we move this district forward, the things that need to be done and can get it done attitude.
Saturday morning, I woke up early, and I was telling Ann this, because we were getting ready for the St. Patty's Day Parade to do some politicking. And I was laying in bed, and I was thinking about this forum coming up during the week, and I thought about where we were at 3 years ago when I sat at this table. And we had lack of transparency, poor communication, we had very disgruntled teachers and staff. They were 2 steps behind on their salary pay scales. There were lots of administrative issues within the buildings, from central office throughout all the buildings. Our leader of the district didn't necessarily step foot in the actual school buildings very often. We were financially sound, but there was no trust, and there was not a whole lot of cohesiveness going on. And obviously, we had some major academic issues that were not fully identified at the time. I look at where we're at today, and I look at what we've achieved as a board over the last 3 years while we have served. And I do think that we are on a roll. We are moving forward as a district. We are making progress. We continue to be financially sound. Teachers are happier for the most part. I would say that the change has everybody rattled a little bit, and that's understandable because that happens no matter where you go with change. I think that we've proven ourselves as far as we really do have the good of this district in place. We have kids that we want to succeed. I feel like I have listened. I am not afraid to ask questions. I'm not afraid to ask the hard questions. I do have the ability to critically think and make an informed decision and an educated decision. I've put forth the time and effort to educate myself about school issues that are not normal to me on a daily basis. And I also think that I bring forth something that not everybody does, in that I represent a large spectrum of people, from very, very poor children to very well-off children and their families. I come in contact with a lot of people through my office and through my community service.
I'll have to say, and this is not necessarily in my own best interest, but these are 2 excellent candidates for school board. And I feel as though I bring some experience that makes me also an outstanding candidate for school board. So it's a difficult choice. I've enjoyed listening to to Mr. Kercher, and I feel like he brings obviously vast experience. I've enjoyed working with all of our board. The thing that I feel like I do bring is an ability to, I think an open mind would be said of me. I think collaboration is the most important thing that we do together. I have felt that our collaborative efforts together, while I'm not about to take any credit for the great work this board has done, I'm proud to have been a part of it. And I do agree that I think we are on a roll. Now, I also recognize that the changes that are being made are challenging for our teachers. I've heard from a lot of teachers who have said that it's overwhelming, and it is, I'm sure. But I do believe that they all have the best interests of these kids as their #1 goal. I have a son who's in 1st grade here, and we're not going anywhere. And I want him to have the best possible education. I'm proud that he's here. I know he will have that education when he graduates in 2150 or whatever it'll be tomorrow. And if I were to really focus on a strength of mine, I think I bring an ability to listen to other ideas, to be open to those ideas, to look to my fellow board members for their input and for their advice, and to consider all those things and make decisions based on what I believe is the best for our kids and for this district.